Since 1846, we believe that all children deserve to grow up surrounded by a loving, nurturing family in a safe, supportive community. We are dedicated to helping children and families by providing an environment of nurturing love. Healthy families are critical to every child's ability to live a successful life, and that's why we do what we do. The Virginia Home for Boys and Girls.
I keep a candy jar on my desk, and I do that to get the kids to come see me. And I admit it, but I like the kids to come through, and they do come through, and everyone in the office is so friendly with the kids. And I think they appreciate it. Some kids catch on to a certain staff person, and it's great to see that happen.
I remember coming with my mom, who was volunteering when I was in elementary school. And she would work with the kids, and my sister and I would sit and do homework, and it just felt like home once I came here.
It's intense. It's intense. I, equate it to my grandfather would say bear hunting, where it's hours of, sometimes mundane work and then seconds of terror. So you have those times when everything is ebb and flow, everything's going great, and everyone seems to be doing. And then you begin to question whether or not you're actually doing any work at that point, because our jobs aren't to have good days. It's to get kids through difficult behaviors.
The last 6 or 8 months or so, we've had one child that liked to break windows, and we've had a rash of broken windows in the last 6 months. I mean, we've had to order multiple windows. Instead of ordering one at a time, we've ordered multiples to try to keep up with the repairs.
I think on those rough nights, it's like, I just have to realize that they did not have everything I had, or they weren't privileged to the things I may have had for other people. So just thinking about those things and knowing that I got to go back in here and show them that I'm still here, regardless if you cussed me out and threw things at me the day before. I still want to make sure that you're successful, and I still want to make sure that you get out of here in a good place.
So when I was a teaching parent, I wanted to quit every week. And I thought I would really like to go work at Starbucks, because people had little problems that you could fix very easily and be on their way. And it would be steady and constant, but it would not be so complex. As a teaching parent, I felt like I knowingly entered into dysfunctional relationships to connect with somebody who needed me to be strong and steady and brave and unyielding in the face of everything they were going to bring to me, and just return love over and over and over again. And all of our folks who work directly with kids, that's why they're here, because they just want to love them.
Just the teaching family model in itself is a huge support. It really does work. If you follow the model to the T, it really does work. It's proven time and time again.
The challenging part of this job is we get assaulted verbally, sometimes physically. We have kids who don't have hope, who don't feel like, well, why do I need to respect you? And so there's a lot of incidents each day where staff are challenged or disrespected, and I talk to them about not taking things personal, and that we have to be here for the kid. But it's tough. We're only human, and there are challenges with not taking things personal, especially when you care about your job and you want to help the kids, and you don't always see the fruit of your labor.
It's very hard work. Not so much physically demanding as mentally. In the school, you have a much bigger population and a whole lot more dynamics and kids with different needs. And things have to be tailored around that, especially in a school setting and learning environment like that. It can be mentally draining at times, but also rewarding in the same sense.
They'll look back one day and know, thank goodness I was at John G. Wood School, because this is what they were trying to tell me. This is what how they were trying to help me to succeed.
And then there's the one. And the one makes you breathe deeply and sigh and say, yeah, this does make a difference. I can be effective. There is so much hope available for this family.
When we began to work with him, his frequency, intensity, and duration of his behavioral outbursts were quite extreme. We would have issues 2 to 3 times a day. It would involve property destruction of others, it would involve property destruction of staff, it would involve threats, and it would last for hours. Over the past 3 months, we have reduced his frequency from several times a day to several times a week. His intensity, he's now mostly damaging his own property, which we want to work on, but that's quite an improvement. And we're able to redirect him and bring him back to a safe place within 10 or 15 minutes as opposed to hours.
Well, I have hope. I always have hope. Hope that things will get better and that things will change. But the families also have to have that same hope or a higher level of hope. But they don't get that hope if they don't know how to navigate the system. So teaching them and giving them the tools that they need in order to navigate, identify what they need to be successful is what we do.
You're here almost just as much time as you are when you're at home. So not only is it a team environment, it feels like family. So we have to do family things. So a lot of times we may do stuff like the blood drive. We are saving lives every day here.
Trying to dispel some of the myths and some of the stigmas and misrepresentation of our kids, because I feel like that kind of thing will follow a person for the rest of their lives. And I think that giving children the opportunity to live a life without having some of these things attached to them will make them extraordinary. I think everyone has the opportunity to be an extraordinary person.
Very like a neighborhood feeling, very friendly, very like we feel like one big family here.
At first, I didn't want to be here. I was scared. I was nervous. It's a bond that's unbreakable. Thank you. Because without you guys, it wouldn't be a home. You guys make the home up.